This is the Tarot and Oracle forecast for the week of the 9th of December 2019. If you'd like a personal or private reading, or that incredible, it really is soulmate reading, please contact me via my website. You will see the links are in the description box below. Right, so this week, and this reading is for all star signs by the way, I set out some Lenormand cards for you and a relationship card. So let's start with the Lenormand cards and then I'll do the relationship. So we're having a look at the big energies this week. What are the stories that will be unfolding? You'll see I laid out 2 rows of 3. Each one tells its own story, but it's also interrelated. It starts off with a key in the Lenormand deck, which is normally the answer to something. You can see that key opens the cage, and within that cage is a rose. Rose is always a promise of something. It could be romance. It could be just a general feeling of things easing up. If I look at this lineup of cards, it's possibly romance for some of you. Some of you this week, if you've been wondering if you're going to be proposed to, if you've been wondering if romance is going to come into your life, if you've been wondering if perhaps your partner will do something that is going to zhoosh up your relationship or make it better, whatever the case may be. This could be the week that happens. It happens. That middle card in the Lenormand deck is about the end of something. Something comes to an end. Something leaves your life. Something is done and dusted. Squirreled in between those 2 cards, I would say it's a situation that has been prevailing in your life at the moment. It's a relationship situation. Now, I'm not saying this is just a romance kind of situation. This can also be a long-established relationship that you've had, and perhaps there is some kind of ongoing situation in it that this week it dies off. It's finished. It's gone. Or something in your life is closed up, finished, done, and dusted this week. And what that does for you is it changes the dynamics in the relationship. So the key to your relationship improving this week, or your relationship life in general, to drawing in romance, drawing in someone who possibly at some stage in the future could become a partner that you will become engaged to. This is the week where those kind of energies are around. For many of you who are possibly listening to this, it could be the week you get engaged. If you're at that stage in your life and you're in that situation, this can be the week that it happens. Something that's been stopping it is moved off the agenda, is moved off the table, disappears, is gone this week. The answer to that problem that you were having, and that's why you weren't getting engaged or making that commitment, is just, it's gotten rid of one way or another. It depends on your own life story how this is going to play out. And for those of you looking for somebody that has long-term potential and will make that kind of commitment, this is also the week that's happening. It's happening. The other way this can play out for those of you that don't have relationships as a problem or as a focus or as whatever, as your main story at the moment, is there can be some kind of major commitment coming this week, some kind of promise, some kind of promise for a contract, promise for a commitment of some sort in your life. And this week that is successfully happens when a major obstacle, a major hindrance, it can even be either a physical hindrance or just something within you that has been stopping it from happening, that this week it dies off, it's finished, it's done with. If we look at that next row of cards, you have the mice, the whip, and the moon. This tells me, for both kind of stories that I've been telling you now, something has slowly but surely been chewing away at you. It's been nibbling away in little bits. Eventually it makes a massive hole, whether it's your confidence, your heart, or whatever, it's just been nibbling away at you. This week that gets whipped into shape. Something shifts it, something changes it. It can be you. It can be something within you makes a major decision, or an outward circumstance brings this in. What it brings in is emotional stability. The moon in the Lenormand deck is about the emotional. It's like that exhale. You kind of do that deep breath and you just feel more emotionally secure this week. That is going to be the outcome. Like I say, it can be in relationships, or it can be some kind of commitment, some kind of contract, some kind of promise of a contract that comes up this week. There's commitment involved in some area of your life that's playing a major story at the moment. And this week, that nibbling away, that thing that has been chewing away at your confidence, your mind, your equilibrium, that's been making you feel unhappy, just gets whipped into shape. It can be, like I say, an outward circumstance which may not always be entirely comfortable, or it can be you that just decides, I've had it with this. I'm going to change the way I feel about these things, and you find that emotional stability, that emotional resolution. The card that comes up for relationships this week is past life relationships. So we are dealing with karmic relationships here. We're dealing with relationships that you've had probably a few times before. You've known each other before, the card says. For those of you that this week meet that somebody that has long-term potential, this is someone you have had a relationship with in a past lifetime. Why we will normally mention this is because there's an instant resonance between the two of you, an instant click, an instant recognition, because you've known each other before. That also means you have a little bit of baggage, but what it also means is you have a connection, you have a history with one another, so it's easier to make those first sort of steps in the relationship. And for those of you that are in established relationships, you are dealing, I think, with old relationship stories. They needn't be bad, they can be good as well. It's just you walking the same ground again this week where relationships are concerned. Always with the possibility of spiraling upwards or treading in territory that is very familiar, so you know how to negotiate your way around it. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.